I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is August 22nd, Thursday, 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So, you gotta watch yesterday's video so it makes sense. I was literally telling y'all what could happen today, and sure enough, we did that nicely. So, to make this simple, because I'm still sick, but I really want to make this video. Hopefully, I'm better tomorrow or whatever. But what's it called? So we were discussing about the higher highs and higher lows. Again, you gotta watch yesterday's video so this makes sense. But and I would expect the price to come back up here, right? So we did that. We opened up, we pushed down first, and then we pushed up, right? Now we're getting to here. I'm gonna transfer over to this 1 minute chart, right? And today I traded on my phone, so I don't have any screenshots for you, but I'll just have to show you the executions like this. Excuse me. So what did we do? Well, we got these little 3 drives up. All right, we're happening. And we were showing you about the liquidity that we outlined yesterday here. And we had outlined this the day before that, right? So with that stacked on each other, plus when we broke through here, and I was mentioning this all week, that we should be coming to this area, right? Because of the breakout artist and so on. Very simple logic. Plus, I think I forgot to mention yesterday about that gap right there, which is the weekly gap for this current week gap, right? So that was, I think I forgot to mention that, but this was kind of like the logic I was also going with too. But anyways, so what did we do? We shot up first, and when we shot up, we got this nice tough ass candle at 9:30. It's a 1 minute chart. 9:30, trying to act all tough. Pretty much it shoots up and then it gets right to this gap. That's this weak gap that's sitting here. And if you're wondering where that's from, you should have it on your own chart. But just to show you that I have it. Oh, wow. Where the fuck is it? Here. June 23rd. June 23rd, Monday the 24th. That's that same gap. Anyways, so let me try to make this short. So what did we do? We pushed up, we rated that. And if you look on the daily, the daily gave it away too also. Now remember, I was literally yesterday telling you on a phone that we were saying that if dollar's going to bounce back up and we're going to have yields push up and we're going to have bonds push down, that would make us come down. And I was mentioning that. And here's dollar. Sure enough, take a look. We got a nice area right here where we bounced up. Now, I'm not saying this is forever or for long term. I'm just saying for this next move that we're approaching. Now, could it be long term? Yeah, sure. Of course it could. I run out of breath because my chest is all fucked up. I shouldn't even be making this video, but I really wanted to make this video. Where was I? Sorry. So here. Okay. And then with this confidence, with this pushing up, I know it's a big bold candle, but on the daily, yeah, that's what I was talking about. On the daily, when you see this last up candle right here, this is that July 22nd Monday. That Monday, we're not breaking. Let me zoom in. We're not breaking that candle's high, right? Like we're still underneath that. We understand that we're still in it. And then that gap is sitting at 50% of that wick. Plus, we have this wick right here, which is the 50%, which is above it. And it didn't reach that as well, but it didn't matter for me. I didn't need it. I understand that we're below this candle. And if we weren't already above it by now, like for me, I'm almost a seller, right? Like I had a bias of my minimum target was coming to take out this liquidity right there. Forget all this shit right here. And forget even this level. I fucking knew it would come down to this level, man. But I was on a phone and I made mistakes today, and it was crazy. But this is why you don't trade on a phone. So that's for sure. But I wanted to hold it for this minimum, man, and even a little bit lower. And I did not. So I got out literally right when we took out this low. So that being the case, and now I understand. I've explained the context here. Let's go into it here. So you can see that I get in. I'm on the top of the mountain, baby. Like, I mean, this is experience, and I don't recommend anybody doing this. Like, I could have waited, but I was on a phone, and I was on a 5 minute. So this is going to be the logic's will be a little different here. So anyways, we push down here. We push down, and the opening range gap is right here. All right. So underneath that, well, sealing it is goal number one. And then obviously we have the opening day, which is this red little zone here. And then I have the actual gap from from this gap here, from July 23rd to the 24th gap, right? So I got that, and when the algorithm is moving, it's referencing algorithmic levels, which is the 50%, the 25, the quad levels, everything on my chart is either liquidity, imbalance, or gaps, or all right. So that being the case, when the price, I get in here and I'm holding, right? Price shoots down once I get literally once I tap this opening gap for today, and I understand I'm at 50% of this gap here of the big one that I mentioned in the purple, right? The darker purple here, this is my weekly gap. So this is that gap that we're talking about on the daily. Anyways, and once I reach that level, I'm out. I get out of the trade. Beautiful. I'm sitting there nicely. All right. Perfect. I've accomplished my goal. That's this trade from here to here. Take a look what I do. I'm human, so I made a mistake. But this is why you shouldn't trade on phones. Anyways, right when the price is here, I'm on my phone. I have it sideways, and usually my right thumb is, when I get like notifications, I push it away with my right thumb, right, to push away the notifications. Well, I was using my left hand. I was getting notifications coming in, and with my left hand, I ended up fucking pushing the buy button with my left thumb. And I'm like, and I didn't even realize it, because when I pushed the button, I was like looking somewhere else. And when you're on your phone, the trade will go in, but if your level isn't on the phone, like let's just say it was like this, or let's just say it was you were like this with your phone, all right, and you're looking over here, I don't know, whatever the case is, right? It was on a 5 minute too, so it was worse. Let me go to a 5 minute as well. Well, I didn't even know that I was in the trade, and I was like, just watching this and that. I was like, all right, I want to get to the next trade. I want to wait for it to come more up here. And sure enough, I was in this trade buying, and I didn't even want to buy. So here's what happened. Long story short, I didn't know that I fucked up, and I was in this buy. And then, so anyways, I let the price come up here. And then at this point, my stupid self, I shouldn't even call myself that, my crazy self, or maybe I shouldn't even say that, I was now thinking, okay, well, let's push up so we can kind of get to this low right here. See this low right here when we broke through it? Well, I was like, they'll reference that, and we had the 25% of this opening range gap. Or I was like, they'll probably come back to here where we broke through this low right here, and so I tried to stay in the trade, in the wrong trade that I didn't even mean to. So anyways, price ends up making a couple lows, and I'm like, okay, bro, and I'm in drawdown. I'm literally in drawdown right here, right? And it's so stupid, but I did it. And then the price comes right back up here. Once the price comes back where I made the mistake, I was about maybe $1,200 lost. I was like, all right, get the hell out, right? Because this is your buyer's remorse. This is the same situation that I was basically trying to teach, like here, like when, for seller's remorse, and then the price comes back, or vice versa, right? Anyway, so I get out right here. I get on this candle, and then I immediately sell, because I wanted to sell. I would have loved to have sold here. So take a look here. If you take a look, I know this looks crazy. Let me change the color. Let me just do it a dark color or something. No, that's probably not a good idea. Let me just fucking do green. Okay, so, and the reason why is because this is a 5-minute imbalance right here. And this 5-minute imbalance right here, you can't see it on the 1 minute. So if I go to 5-minute, you're gonna see here. You're gonna see here that we literally hit it perfectly. See that? Look at that. Look at this imbalance between here and here. This is the 10:05 candle. Comes to the, I mean, man, 50% like perfectly. Look. No matter how much I stretch it, it's still there. You can see this, right? No matter how much I stretch it, I mean, that's perfect. That's algorithmic, like level, like to the tick. Like this is not, obviously, you know, this is not buyers and sellers doing that shit, right? So, yeah, I mean that right there alone would prove it for sure. But anyways, then the beautiful, and you want to see it if it's heavy. You want to see it on the bottom 50%, not the top 50%. So that shows you. Anyways, then the price, you get some lows. Right, we come right back. Let me go back to a 1 minute. God, I want to make this video short. So real quick, this is super game right here. Also, you'll see that from the top here, we get our first imbalance right here. All right, and then this ends up turning as an inversion imbalance right there. See that? So we go above it. It's our first imbalance between the 9 and the 10, 9:30 and the 10 o'clock opening range. So from here to here, this is our opening range in general speaking, and then we get our first imbalance. That imbalance is ended up using is an important part of the puzzle for the rest of the day. In general speaking, you can go back test that as well. But the price will come down, retrace right back up into it, and it's sitting at that top 25% of the opening range gap. So that's another confluence of holding the trade and all that. But when we get up here, we get to that 50%. You can also use this gap right here. You want to let me refine it. Instead of it being the 5 minute, and you see the perfection there, I'll just refine it here, like just show you like that. Come on, man. Okay, so anyways, body is respecting, you see that, and then sure enough, you get this inversion imbalance as well. You drag that out. I gotta change this color, I know. I don't know why it's so crazy looking. It's because this I normally don't have a gap like this crossing over. But anyways, you see that. So then when the price came up here, I was already in it, and the reason why I used this level here was because I knew that I tagged this up candle, this 1029. Let me drag that out. Let me just drag it out with this red color. So I dragged it out, plus I had this here. All right, so I knew I was sitting back inside there, and that's basically what I was like doing. And again, I'm on my phone, and it just wasn't great. Was not smart at all what I did there, but you know, because originally this if I was to put the opening here, you'll see that this right here, this level, these 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 candles pushing up, that was the control of price for me, because I originally had the control of price also right here. You can use it. See these wicks that come down, up, down, up. On a 30-second or 15-second, these are up candles, and the price, you see how we dig right into it. That was enough. I was trying to be stupid and be married to coming to this. I don't know why I did that, but it's just stupid. But whatever. So anyways, now I'm transferring this line here, and you know, you can refine it to this level here as well. And then also the open or 50% of it, whatever. Well, this is not to go into too much detail with that, but that was the point. So anyways, moving forward, what do we do with that? Well, we end up tapping the bottom of the opening previous settlement, which is the opening range gap. So the bottom level, not the top level. So yesterday's level, that would be here. And you can see that we tag it right there. Beautiful, right? I was in drawdown right here a little bit, but I wasn't concerned at all. I knew where we were going. I also have I have the delineate. I have the high and the low, the previous swing from the data low and this high, and I have from the 830. And if you can see right there, if you do the projections here, you'll see that we have 1 to 1.5, and then we have 2 to 2.5 to 3.5 to the 4. So take a look at that. My goal was to hit this -2, right? So I've already took this trade and took this profit out, and then from here I'm taking this trade down. Where am I going? We're going to this -2. Let me open this up a little bit. And then you'll see that we come down to this -2 here, and then I immediately get out. So for anyone that's wondering. So right here, I get out, and I actually get out early. And as soon as I take out, you can't see it from here, but I take out that low right there. That low right there. So if you look on the 15-minute right here, this low, which is yesterday's low. I'm talking about yesterday's low. So yesterday's low, when we took out yesterday's low, look to the right, and you see that we took out yesterday's low right there. Let me open this up. So we took out yesterday's low there, and then this candle comes down, which is the 1138, and I end up getting out right there as soon as it pretty much opens. And I'm telling myself, get out before, because sometimes it might not make it. Who knows? And again, I'm on a phone, but I'm already very, very happy with the profit. I made a huge mistake here, but I'm human, man. I mean, you're gonna make mistakes, and I'm not perfect. If anyone thinks I am on this channel, then I'm not at all. Of course not. But, and then if you take a look here, what a beautiful, oh my God, dude, this was right here. Let me go to a 5-minute right here. This right here was so gorgeous. I wish I took this one, because I almost had the chance to take it, and which was right here. So anyways, I got out right here, but look at the price. I was telling myself, I'm like, bro, just hold it to this gap, and then I'm like, hold it to this break that we broke through, that August 1st, that green line. I'm like, hold it to that level, and then I'm telling myself, yo, hold it to the bottom of it, below it, because the algorithm is gonna want to go below it, because they know they got people who broke out artists here, right? Like when you're trading here and you're trading up, like when you get this retrace right there at the open, remember we talked about this. So go watch these previous videos, but I literally was discussing when the price came above and went above, we were buying for that. This was that floater day. This was what, Monday? Yeah. Anyways, but so the same idea. I think the same idea we're talking about back here, even. But yeah, was it this day and Thursday? Yeah. But anyways, as far as floater days go, but so the idea was right here, coming down here is also a very big key, because we have that daily gap right there. Hasn't been mitigated, and there's no body there. So now they're trying to put a body there now. Take a look now. So they're trying to put a body there, and we don't have a body here, right? So they do on the 4-hour. They have a body closure on the 4-hour up here, right? But they don't have it on the daily. But here we're coming down here now. So also what I wanted to mention up here was that or something else. Oh, the 1030. So the 4 o'clock candle. Remember, I'm looking at this like this is a 5-minute, right? I'm looking at this as accumulation right here, and then manipulation coming up, and then the distribution comes down. Look at the 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is the perfect candle to start seeing that distribution, and that's that 10 a.m. 4-hour candle. Take a look. We got a miniature wick, and then we shoot down. So if you take a look on the 1 minute, where are we at here? Okay. When you look at the 1 minute here, you'll see that where's 10 o'clock. Right here. That's the first 10 o'clock candle right there. So it opens up and it pushes up. That's the wick right there. Once it goes below it, that's all body. Take a look. That's that 4-hour candle right there, right? And it's pretty much wiping all that out, right? So And that's why I was, showing you about the liquidity. And did we reach into there? No, we did not reach those two low liquidities right there. So sure, that's going to happen tomorrow. So, and it being Thursday, obviously the other framing, the idea of being a seller today is because when we talked about these higher highs and higher lows and all that price action, plus the gap here of it being that push out artist. When you get to Thursday, either it's going to be really trendy or it's going to be a big reversal day. So this is a big profile, daily reversal profile where you have the open here, manipulation above, and then closed low, and Thursday be the reversal, and that's exactly what it did. So that's the other reason, other purpose of this sell. Plus there was a divergence here, which I'll get to now. I know I'm dragging this out too much. So you also had lower highs here, right? Lower highs here, see that? And you had higher highs in Dow and S&P. So beautiful divergence there on the top. Plus, and then to get this push down, man, I want to talk about this push down so bad, because forget the divergence. The reason why I wanted to possibly buy here was because of, I have to go to a higher time frame. That low right there. So take a look. Leave it just like this. So I was talking about this imbalance that we had on the 15-minute. If I screenshot out, remember we had this 15-minute imbalance that the price was staying there. Well, if we're going to go below it, we're going to use it as an inversion imbalance. We're going to use it as resistance, right? You see that, right? So when we break through and we extended this far, I was like, yo, this is a good place to buy. And buy it where? I want to buy the people who were breaking out through this low or this low. See, when we busted through and kept going, you got people who are selling right here and right there. All right, now here, that's pushing it because that's just really high. And that's possible that it could have came and hit that. But what's more reliable is this low right here. Not only is it the top of that 15-minute imbalance sitting there, but then you also have this low, which is the low of yesterday, right? So when we broke right through, you got people who are literally lazy and have sell stops sitting right there. Goes right through. When the price was here and we had that first bullish candle, I'm like, yo, this is gonna buy. I'm in an oversold area right here, and it made perfect sense. And if you look to the left of the chart, we have already wiped out all those push out artists from here. I hope that makes sense. Let me do this real quick. This is why the videos turn long. So when the buyer, you should remember, push up, come above the opening gap of the week, and then you keep pushing up right there, and then you retrace right there. You see how we retrace right there? Look to the right. Look to the right of the chart. Look where the 5-minute is. I'm on a so when I know the price is coming down, as this is a minimum target, well, they want to, now that they busted through this high right here, which would have been Sunday night's high, and we busted through. See how we went above and then we retraced back into the range? See that? So look to the right. Look how we came right to it, which is right there. I'm talking about this level right there. See how I was like, I know that they're going to, once they tag that was like part of their plan. It's part of a plan to then buy it back up. Buy it back up to where? Because now they got to deal with the people who are selling from here and here, is really what I'm trying to say. Sure enough, it went all the way up right there. Beautiful. Now, if I drag this out, you're going to see, look at that. So you're going to see that we came right back up using that as resistance, and this became another leg down. Look at that. And where was that leg coming to? Where was this leg coming to? This leg was coming to do what? Well, to come back into the rest of this area, and plus be on the daily gap. It's the weekly gap, but this is also a daily gap as well. Forget that it's just a weekly gap, but it's also a daily gap. But what's more importantly, that it is a weekly gap. So let's just say that for sure. But and sure enough, man, fucking right to it, bro. And then if you do you take a look at this if you do the projection from here to here, look where look where the -4 level standard deviation is. It's the exact level. I can't make this up, man. Look at the -4. I'm gonna hover right over it and look at this low. It's literally the same level. So another reason why I was just like, bro, and these are the moments where I'm just like, man, why don't you just trust yourself all the way? Like, and sometimes I don't, right? But I knew we were coming here, and I played it safe and got out right here, but it is what it is. I can't get everything in the market. I understand that, but it's like I still have trouble getting better exits, right? And it is what it is. But anyways, that being all said, and then why this was a beautiful sell right here, besides the fact that we came right back to mitigate that buyer's remorse. So this is buyer's remorse. People who bought here, right? I'm not saying they did, but in general speaking, they bought there, someone bought there, and then when the price comes through, it gives them a chance to get back out, right? So it's very, very simple logic, and it's very powerful when you have that logic because you're thinking like them. But this was a divergence. Oh my God, bro. This was a divergence on Dow. Dow takes out that high, and then we made a lower high on S&P and NAS and put a beautiful leg down, dude. Oh my God. Anyways, let me just finish this up, and then we have a nice response with Dow pushing down there. So I knew we'd get a response here, but it doesn't mean it's over with. I mean, it doesn't mean that the top side is over with or anything. I'm not convinced. And then, let me show you this real quick. And then that's why I was mentioning this video August 15th. I said, if we do choose to do this, our goal was to come up to here and then start coming down. So right now, this has panned out perfectly, and this up to right here. We're literally sitting right now with the price action sitting right here. So again, I'm not calling this out, but this from here to here is a given. Now, do we end up making a higher low and then bouncing straight up and not coming down here? That's where we continue from here. So let's see here. I hope that makes sense, right? And then so let me update this. I made this video way too long, dude. And then we got a nice response with Nvidia, and sure enough, they came back down, and that it is what it is. What are you gonna do? And then, as I said, bond yields were pushing kind of back up, and then bonds were coming back down. Dollar bounced back up. So this is common. This is we're not surprised here with this. Now, from where we go from here is really going to be the key, because does this candle right here, this July 31st, Wednesday, does this hold as support? That's going to be the major question going into tomorrow. And to be honest with you, man, there's no reason to trade tomorrow. Fuck that Jackson Hole meeting and all that, man. I mean, I would stay away from tomorrow. That's my opinion. Will I trade it? I don't know, but don't need to. But where are we at from here? Well, I've already mentioned it, so you've already saw it. Does it come all the way down and wipe out that liquidity for another leg? Or let me take a look at this other chart. Or do we make a higher low and push up? I mean, there's really nothing else I can say. So you guys take care and God bless.